Okay, welcome to this week's episode of our Easy Shorts, and I am so excited because
I
I
thought
think
you were going to say, and I am your host.
oh,
Diana.
and I am your host, Diana,
Yes.
being joined by my lovely co-host,
KG.
KG. So I feel like we've had so many conversations about the fake ass mental health influencers.
Oh, God. I can feel the chunks rising. Everybody became a mental health expert during the pandemic, by the
It,
way.
it's true. And
Please do your research and check your sources.
check your sources. That's the first thing.
Oh,
I am all for people trying to infuse positivity into social media and using their platform to empower and educate people.
mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
sometimes people don't know what they're talking about
They're just making it up.
and they just be spreading fake mental health news all over the place. And that can be more harmful than good. So,
More harmful than helpful.
more harmful than helpful.
We don't need anybody helping to contribute to the stigma related to mental health. Okay.
It's true. It's true.
It's
So,
okay if you're not a mental health expert. I'm sure you're an expert on something else. Or if you want to be a mental health expert, put in the hours. But don't just come on here saying a bunch of things that aren't true.
exactly. Exactly. So, one of the things that I read recently, well, I guess not recently, over the last year, is that a lot of people, more people are going to TikTok to learn than they are going to like Google. So I thought it would be good for us to kind of review what information is out there on the TikTok platform as it relates to mental health. And
Yeah.
two experts, I still put myself as an expert in quotes, despite my years of schooling and years of experience providing mental health care and support, which is, I think, a healthy way of being, because
I
when you
agree.
when you put yourself in the category of expert, it almost feels like you have nothing left to learn. And that's
Yes.
definitely not true as it relates to mental health. Like, we are constantly growing and evolving and learning how to
Mm-hmm.
be human beings and how to be healthy and how to be well. And I don't think I know everything. I know a lot of things, but I definitely don't know everything. So,
I feel like sometimes when people are like, "I'm the expert on,"
no.
and then they slam their fists down on said table, I'm already like, maybe 5 years ago you were, because people don't even talk like that anymore, so how much of an expert could you be?
Exactly. Immediately no. Immediately
Yeah.
no. The
I'm
second
like,
you
also,
yeah.
you're by the way, in case you didn't look in the mirror today, you're a white man.
And you're balding. So,
And it's not cute.
okay. All right, this is a good one. Questions to ask yourself when your mental health is declining. I know this creator. I personally like him, but I don't always like everything he posts. So let's see.
It's the East Side Motel. We used to chase that tad and look afraid. Couple of kids in a Chevrolet. The next stop is the East Side Motel.
That's spot on.
We used to chase that tad and look afraid. Couple of kids in a Chevrolet.
That was a good one.
That was a good one. 3 quick tips. All things that are part of like a standard mental health assessment. Like, I would ask my patients those questions, just trying to figure out, you know, which like
Also, from a parent lens, this is something that whenever my kid's school calls me and they're like, "We don't know why he's dysregulated." I'm like, "Did he eat?
Did he sleep?
How did he sleep? Did he eat?
Yeah.
And, like, has he been in the school all day long, like, with you guys trying to get him to sit? Or
Yeah,
has he, like, gotten around and moved his body?
exactly. So
Like,
for
have
those
we addressed just the basics?
Exactly. So for those who are listening, it was a video and the creator, Dr. I forget something.
We'll tag him.
We'll tag him. He said 3 questions to ask yourself when you feel like your mental health is declining is 1, what have I been eating? Right? So it's not just if I've eaten, but like what have I been eating, right? Because we know in our latest Pinnacle Partnerships newsletter, we had a great section about the things we consume and how it affects our gut health. Gut health is overall health. So, what have we eaten? Have we gotten enough sleep? Sleep is crucial. Like, I think people underestimate, especially in our hustle culture, how important sleep is. Like, hashtag team no sleep is like a thing. It's like, no, 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 honey, that's not cute. We need
Mhm.
sleep for our mental health. And
Yeah.
then 3, when's the last time you exercised and moved your body? Which
Mhm.
exercise has been long known to work wonders for mental health.
Mhm. And that doesn't mean you have to get up and go to a gym.
No, no, no.
You
That's true.
can listen, some of the best things you can do for your body are resistance training that require nothing but your body and the floor that your feet are currently on.
It's true. We
Stand up
overcome.
and do some squats in between your Zoom meetings.
Yeah.
Like, these are things that you can just easily incorporate into your day to get your body moving, your blood flowing, like, all of these things, circulation up, get those endorphins pumping. Like, don't feel like you have to go out and get a gym membership or spend money.
Yeah.
People, the earth had a lot of healthy people spinning around it before there was a Planet Fitness. No hate, Planet Fitness. You can endorse us.
Not if you're going to keep serving pizza. Anyway, moving on.
One of the most helpful things I've ever learned through my many, many, many years of having therapy is that it will pass. Like, everything passes. Everything is constant. The only thing that you can be sure of in this world is that things change. Your thoughts change, your emotions change. If you're feeling anxious, overwhelmed, low, sad, if you're feeling grief, it will pass. Everything will pass. At some point, I can't tell you when, but at some point it will pass and you will be okay. And that's the thing I remind myself anytime I'm feeling something that I don't want to feel. It will go away and it will get better.
Listen, I don't want to minimize I don't want to minimize this insight because I know that I have my moments where I have to remind myself this is not forever. Just ride the wave and get through it. But the way she sets it up to be this like grand realization
It
is
says right here, one of the most helpful mental health tips ever.
ever. It's like this one's hard. This one's hard because I'm like, girl, who is your therapist that this is she said years of therapy and this is the gem. I'm sorry to tell you, baby girl, your therapist was mailing it in and just letting you experience life, and your life experiences helped you to realize this, not your therapist.
Mhm. And, like, yes, things won't last forever. Yeah, like, all of that is true. But that is like a time and practice and experiential, like,
Yes.
situation. It's something that, like, people say to you over time, and then, like, eventually one day you're like, "Oh, yeah, actually,
This
this won't matter in 2 weeks."
Yeah.
You
This
know, like,
shall pass.
yeah. It's like it's a cute thing to have on a plaque in your kitchen.
Yeah, yeah, I was just thinking of that, like, the people who have the signs up in their house, like, "This too shall pass." It's like,
Yeah,
"Mm,
yeah.
yay."
It's like that. It's not going to be helpful for the person that is like debating whether or not they're going to take their life.
Yeah, no.
That TikTok.
Although it is one of the things we do teach, that we let people know that like their feelings of, you know, not being worthy of being alive are temporary, you know?
Yes, but there's like more to it.
Yes, way more
than
to
that.
it. Way more.
All right, next up.
A lot of people say that you should be regulating your nervous system, but most people don't actually tell you how. So here are my 4 favorite little tricks to help you self-regulate in moments of overwhelm that are so simple. Number 1 is the butterfly hug. You just clasp your hands and tap gently back and forth on your chest, and that really regulates the nervous system very quickly because of the bilateral stimulation. Number 2 is called the physiological sigh. Basically, you just take a long, deep breath in, catch another breath at the top, and then let all of that go in a big sigh. So it looks like this. And you do that 3 times and you're golden. Number 3 is called redirection, also known as grounding. So whenever you're feeling overwhelmed, whenever you're feeling heightened, redirect your attention to focus on things that are neutral or positive in your present moment. A really easy one is the 5-4-3-2-1 technique. Name 5 things you can see, 4 things you can feel, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing you can taste. And that gives your body time to get out of the stress response. And number 4 is jumping up and down. The fight or flight response is designed to get us to mobilize. So do some jumping jacks, jump on a trampoline, and work it out of your body. Let me know which one's your favorite and follow me for more. A lot of people say that you should.
I
love
like
it.
I love it.
All of that.
So good.
Mhm.
So good. Practical advice, key correlations to the biological underpinnings, why our body's responding the way it does, why the thing we're doing works. Love it.
Mhm. I can taste my gin. That's what I was thinking when she was doing the countdown.
Yes. I do the 5-4-3-2-1 all the time. It's like one of my staples when working, especially
I do it with my kids. You
Yeah.
better be down here in 5, 4, 3, 2. Oh, hi. So anyways, I told you need to empty that dishwasher.
I heard Sierra in my voice, in my head. She has that song. Oh, is it Sierra or is it Beyonce?
It's Beyonce.
5, 4,
Oh no.
3, 2, 1.
Well,
Let's
first of
get
all,
it.
there's a bunch of songs that do that. Like Janet Jackson has a song that does that. I think Sierra has a song that does that. And Beyonce has a countdown song. I don't know. Next.
Next.
Okay. This is the last one, but
Okay.
I love when Mark slides in. Producer Mark.
I was searching mental health advice on TikTok and I saw this one and I had to have you guys react to it because it's basically like, it's kind of like the first one. No, it's like the second one you watched, but this one's more like look at me type with some mental health advice. I think you're going to love it and hate it.
Okay. Let's see.
I love a good love-hate sitch.
No. It's so hard. It's so hard.
So hard.
You made this big.
Oh.
Why would you write this big?
I hate that depressing shit.
Her ass was all up in the camera. What? With the little words next to it.
Nobody can even read it.
That wasn't about mental health. It was about her aesthetic. And that
Exactly.
that's
And it wasn't about bettering anybody's mental health. It was sad as shit. That
like
sad ass music.
she
Mark,
clearly
that wasn't love hate. You knew we were gonna hate that.
she was not doing squats in between her fucking meetings. I just gotta say that.
Mark, that was a setup.
Bro, I saw that video and I was like, this is the cheesiest excuse for mental health content I've ever seen in my entire life.
He's like,
Exactly.
what? I have poor body image.
I'm gonna play you guys one more. It's similar to another one we saw, but we'll end on a better one.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, because that was not it.
Not it.
I'm gonna send her some hate mail. No, I'm not. I'm not like that.
No.
But I'll think about doing it.
I saw this one.
Go ahead.
Best mental health tips I've ever read. If you feel like you hate everyone, eat. If you feel like everyone hates you, sleep. If you feel like you hate yourself, shower. If you feel like everyone hates everyone, go outside.
Yes.
I
I've seen this before and I love it.
It's so true. It's so true. It's so true.
It is. It's so true. If you're like, why is everyone against me? You're
Yeah,
clearly hangry.
yeah. Yeah. Nobody's gonna do anything right in that moment. You need to eat. You're in survival mode. Your body is ringing the alarms because that's a problem.
Exactly.
If you feel like everyone hates you, sleep, which again, depending on what you're going through, like if you're in depression, like in the middle of a depressive episode, you might feel like everyone hates you because you're seeing everything through those depressive glasses. And
Mhm.
then sleep is a natural part of depression for a lot of people. So again,
Mhm.
it's like an asterisk situation. But if you're sleep deprived, which we've talked about, hustle culture, team no sleep, all of a
Mhm.
sudden it feels like nothing you're doing anybody's appreciating or likes or wants or anything. Like you might just need to like reboot, hit the reset button and go to sleep.
Yep. Totally.
Yeah. A good shower always does it for me.
Yeah.
Shower, skincare routine.
If
I'm
you
like,
feel like you hate yourself, like shower. That like self-care, taking a shower, like it's your soap and the scent that you like and your shampoo and just
yeah,
like the water, the steam, the just time by yourself to like let it all like wash away, run over you, all of those things. Like it's such a good advice. Just a great way to get like 10 minutes minimum of like alone time where you can just actually like decompress.
exactly. Yeah. Self-love. Any acts of self-love.
Mhm. And if you feel like everyone hates everyone, go outside. I mean, yeah, like the connection to outside is real. Like there are
Yeah.
so many days that I'm overwhelmed that it's like just walking outside and no phone, no like nothing else, just like whatever breeze happens to come by and like whatever bird happens to chirp, like you
Yes.
suddenly are like acutely aware of like, wow, like a- all of these things that are like, I feel like this person and that person, this meeting and that email, and like all of these things that have happened, like you just get that moment of like, are these things that significant? Like at the end of the day, like, am I going to let myself go to bed tonight being like worried about everybody not getting along or this thing that somebody said to somebody else or whatever else? Like there's so many other things and other people and things that are happening in the world and so much beauty that is also like unfolding at every single moment. And when you go outside and spend some time just like disconnected for a little bit, you can really kind of, I feel like in those moments, the universe rises up to meet you
Yes.
and really like provides you with like, it's all okay.
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing like the magnificence of existence. And you just you can't ignore it when you're out in nature. It's like the sunrise, the beauty of the sunrise, the trees.
Mhm.
You look at one flower and you're like, this one flower. Like
Yeah.
it is so delicate and intricate. And it's like just the fact that that one flower exists just like blows your mind. And you're like, why was I worried about what corporate Erin was saying on the team meeting this morning? Like,
This morning on the news, they were talking about like how like the early daffodils were coming out in the Boston
mhm,
area and like
yes,
all of these things. And that's exactly it. It's like you look at one daffodil and then you're like, how do all of them look exactly the
yes,
same?
yes.
This is magnificent.
It's just like ridiculous. Like if you start doing that, it's hard to be upset. Like you start
Yeah.
looking around being like, that tree has been on this earth for hundreds of years.
And that's one of those things that you can do whether you live in the country or whether you live in a city, like you
It's
can do
true.
that anywhere. You can look at a beautiful sunrise, whether they're over mountains or whether they're over a beautiful sprawling skyline of a city, like it just provides you with like a different perspective, whether it's coming over treetops or whether it's like shining and glistening differently off of like windows. It's all still like the same perspective.
It's so true. It's so true.
This is becoming a whole podcast episode. We might need to do another short.
Part 2. It's time to go. Have a great day, everybody.
Bye.